It's something extraordinary in bananas. We love our bananas, as you say. We eat 13 million of them every day. Isn't that extraordinary? But we seem to value them so little. Over the last 10 years, the price that we pay at the supermarket checkout has halved. And the real challenge is that the cost of production, farmers in developing countries, in Latin America, the Caribbean, and West Africa, who depend on their ability to access the British market, their costs have in some cases more than doubled. So we pay less and less here. It costs them more and more over there. So you can see how that squeeze is just making it harder and harder for them to make ends meet.
So explain to us why this merger makes you quite so cautious.
It's very interesting. I think it tells you a great deal about the challenges in the industry. You've got two giants, Fyffes and Chiquita. They're incredibly well-known companies in the banana trade. Each one of them very, very powerful in their own right. They're choosing to merge, and they're announcing that, of course, today. But one of the things they're choosing to do is to prioritise cost savings. So they are saying that they want to find $40 million a year of cost savings. That shows you the kind of pressure they in the trade are under. Our concern, of course, is to ensure a better deal for farmers and workers in developing countries. And if Fyffes and Chiquita chase savings at the cost of producers, it will mean a real race to the bottom.
In the meantime, of course, supermarkets and retailers in general argue that, well, actually, they sell bananas as a loss leader. It doesn't really reflect the price paid to producers. Is that your experience? Well,
I was in Colombia recently, and we put that proposition to Colombian banana farmers, and frankly, they just laughed. They are very clear that there is a culture of fear amongst banana growers. There is a temptation to actually hide the true costs of production for fear that the trade will not respect them and will not value their production. But growing bananas is difficult. It's a challenging commodity to grow, and farmers need to increase their prices. And with banana price wars driven by supermarkets in the UK, that price increase seems like an impossibility at the moment.
Well, just tell us exactly how much it costs then to produce bananas. Give us an idea compared to the price we pay in the supermarkets. Just get a clear idea of this.
Well, I mean, cost of production change in different places, yeah. But typically we're paying 11p. For a banana. If we paid 1p more for a banana, we could increase wage levels in farms in growing countries by as much as 30%.
How much does it cost to produce that banana?
Well, it depends, because the cost of living, the cost of production in Colombia are very different from West Africa or the Caribbean. But what farmers will tell you is that if they are going to do the things they need to do in terms of good agricultural management, in terms of mitigating climate change, good irrigation, they're going to have to invest more, and nobody in the trade is prepared to pay for that. Our challenge is, how do we create the right kind of functional market? We believe that the banana trade is now in real danger of becoming a race to the bottom. And if it doesn't work for farmers and it doesn't work for the trade, ultimately it won't work for us as consumers. And if we love our bananas, we want to have them next year and the year after. And when you have a market that is that vulnerable, we think the government should intervene. This is something which we're calling on as part of our campaign on bananas this year to Vince Cable, to get him to intercede, to investigate the challenges in this structure of the banana market, and to make sure it really works for everybody in the trade.
Yeah, it's interesting, though. They haven't had much response yet from the government, though, have you?
The government has said, we're not in the business of price setting. Now, we're not asking them to price set. What we're saying is, very clearly, here is a trade that doesn't work well enough for anybody, and that's your mandate to intercede.